Hi everybody, my name is Brother Mercer, and I'm a strong advocate for health and wellness here in Akron, Ohio, and always looking for an opportunity to share great health information with anybody that would be willing to listen. Here I am.
Okay, Brother Mercer, the first question I wanted to ask you is where or when did your health journey begin?
Well, it began some 18 years ago here in Akron, Ohio. I had a good friend of mine, Brother Richard Scarborough. He gave me a cassette tape on the natural alternative to Ritalin. The natural alternative to Ritalin, because at the time my son was diagnosed with ADD, and we had him on a medical pill that really is not good to take, called Ritalin. But when I heard this tape, he gave me this tape, he said, just listen to it with an open mind, and I did, and my heart literally broke. Because I was hearing of testimonies of people taking natural products that the body recognizes, and getting great results with their kids. They were also lowering the sugar intake of their kids along with these products, and the products were grapeseed extract, a good mineral supplement, digestive enzymes. Those were the three products that we used. But these people were getting tremendous results, and I said right away after listening to that tape, I'm putting my son on these products without even going to the medical profession, without even going to the doctor. He, at that point, was cut, and at that point, my education started. I became the doctor of my household, and we started to implement these products in our family, and started to get great results with my son. And in turn, he didn't need the Ritalin anymore. And in turn, I said, well, if it's good enough for him, it should be good enough for us. I was suffering with sinus problems, allergies, and I started taking these products and started to get results. And then my ball started to really turn, that ball of wanting more information, and I just became a magnet to anything that came along my pathway as far as nutritional education. And that's how basically it got started.
All right, Brother Mercer, or I should say Dr. Mercer Mitchell. I see that you have two products there. Do you mind explaining what they are and what they do for our bodies?
Yeah, well, actually, let me start with this one. And you might say, is that gin, or what is that you got in that glass? No, but this is water. Water is a solvent. This is really the essence of life. Without this, we are all shut down. What is it, a couple minutes without oxygen, you're dead. 3 days without this, you're dead or hurting for certain. And we see that in the summertime, when, especially around August, when we go maybe 4 or 5 weeks without much rain, you see how the grass starts to get brown, and it's almost like potato chips out there walking on it, because we don't get much moisture. Everything starts to turn brown and die. Why? Because we're missing this, water. We need it. The body is over 70% water. We need it for lubrication. We need it for detoxification. We need it just to not become like a prune or a raisin, to stay plump, to stay youthful looking. You need water. Now, the opposition to our health, the one that's feeding this huge medical monster, would love for you not to drink much water, but they would rather for you to drink Gatorade, soda, alcohol, milk, juices, anything but water. And I say this, can a fish survive in those things? If a fish can't survive in it, baby, I don't want to drink it. I want to stay healthy. I want to drink things that my body can recognize and utilize. Did you know that those milk, coffee, soda, alcohol, Gatorades, those are all diuretics? They pull water out of you. It requires water just to flush those things out, but yet people are, quote, watering themselves with those things and laying a groundwork for disease, because all those drinks and beverages are acidic. Where you want to drink a good water, a good alkaline water. And alkaline, cancer can't survive in an alkaline water. Disease hates alkaline water. So you really want to make sure that you get as much water as you can in your system, and stay away from the coffees, the sodas, the alcohols. You'll be much healthier for it.
So how much water should we be drinking on a daily basis?
Let me get a zip, and I'll tell you. Well, we always hear at least 8 glasses of water per day, but I say this, whatever your body weight is, drink half of that in ounces. So for instance, if you weigh 200 pounds, drink 100 ounces of water at a bare minimum. Now when it gets hot, when it gets 90 to 100 degrees, obviously you don't want to keep that your minimum. You want to drink as much water as your body requires. If you're working, especially a physical job, your body's going to require more water. But as a bare minimum, half your body weight in ounces. Personally, for me, I weigh around 200 pounds. I'm drinking at least a gallon of water per day or close to it. When it gets really hot, I can drink 2 gallons of water. Because water is all I drink. I don't have time for coffee, so I don't have time for all those other diuretics when I'm trying to reach a goal of at least a gallon a day. So I'm always looking to have as much water in the system as possible. And my body rewards me for that by keeping me hydrated, keeping my bowels moving good, and I'm not constipated at all. I'm having 2 to 3 bowel movements a day, which is what you should. Do you know that some people can go 1 month without a bowel movement? I wonder why. Watch what they're drinking. Bet you they're drinking coffee. Bet you they're drinking the sodas, the Gatorades, and all that. They're not getting enough good water.
That's very interesting. So a gallon a day, I'm probably around 185, so I should be drinking close to a gallon a day, pretty much.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Now, I do have a couple products here. One of those, if I wasn't such a big advocate for water and hydration, I probably would be one for enzymes. Now, I'm not here to necessarily promote any type of product, just enzymes in general. You need digestive enzymes. Your body has digestive enzymes, which are made by your pancreas, and you also have what's called metabolic enzymes. Metabolic enzymes are enzymes that are responsible for keeping your eyes blinking, your body moving, your heart beating. Every movement and system that your body goes through requires enzymes to move, to function. Those are the metabolic enzymes. But when you eat food, now that's when digestive enzymes come into play to break down that food. But here's the problem. Our bodies were designed to take in raw foods and vegetables. Raw foods, anything that's raw, not cooked over 100 degrees, have enzymes within them. At least 50% of the enzymes needed to digest that food. So for instance, if you eat an apple, that apple has 50% of the enzymes in it to help break down that food. Your body requires the other 50%, your digestive enzymes, to continue the digestive process. But here's the problem. When we eat cooked and processed foods, those foods don't have any enzymes at all. So now when you bring them into your body needs 100% of the force it has to break down that food, because that food just can't sit in the stomach. It has to be broken down and moved along. Okay? So when now you're eating these cooked and processed foods, those metabolic enzymes, those enzymes that are in your body that are needed to have your eyes blink, your muscles move, you to walk, they have to leave their post and come down and help and break down this food that's in your system. That doesn't mean that you can't do those functions, but that means that, you know, you're losing that, your immune system is being compromised. That's why when people have a big meal, like a Thanksgiving meal, they have to take that afternoon siesta, that nap, because their body has to shut them down because they're so sleepy and work on all of that cooked food here. So it's good to have a good digestive enzyme if you're going to eat cooked and processed foods to help break down that food so that your metabolic enzymes don't have to come down and deal with the digestion. Enzymes are one of the most important products that you can bring to your body, I'd say, outside of hydration. You've got to have digestive enzymes to help and conserve your metabolic enzymes, because those metabolic enzymes are certainly important to keep you functioning, to keep your immune system strong, to keep you from not getting sick. Did you know if you didn't have enough metabolic enzymes, it would take you a minute probably to blink your eye, or 2 minutes?
Wow. Wow.
That it would take you probably 2 days to walk across the room. Enzymes are so important, and you're only given a certain amount of enzymes at birth. So when you use up your enzymes, you're getting close to death. So enzymes are very good.
So enzymes mixed with your water intake, how many times should I be going to the restroom a day?
Well, basically a bowel movement, I say you should have at least 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. And I can speak for myself. You know, I'm peeing probably about, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 times a day, because I'm drinking so much water. It's not that when I drink water, then I gotta run and go to the bathroom. My body processes it, and you know, over maybe a half hour or so, boom, I go again.
So basically, the individuals who don't go to the restroom, they're basically dehydrated and tired, and those are the ones that we need to watch out for, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. And some people, you know, they look at it as a chore to go to the bathroom, and they use that as a reason why they're not drinking water. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom again. I don't want to go to the bathroom. Well, they don't realize that they're killing themselves. That's what we're supposed to do. I mean, these people that are having to go to dialysis and having kidney failure and liver problems, probably we're drinking a whole bunch of coffee, soda, alcohol, anything but water. And now they're paying for it. So would you rather go that way? Or would you rather, you know, take control of your health, make some changes, and be able to live a more healthier life, and to have your body to function the way it should function? We don't want to be another statistic that the medical profession can milk and use for profit. No, we want to be healthy, strong, and be able to take care of ourselves the way God intended. He designed the body. He knows the way it should work, and He's given us the tools. We just have to cut off the bad information and bring in the good information. Cut off the bad information, bring in the good consistently.
All right, Brother Mercer.
Yes, sir.
Could you explain to us the other product that we see there?
Oh, yeah. I've got, this is a vitamin C product, and there's so many good vitamin C products out there, but vitamin C is powerful because of the fact that most animals out there, most of them, 95%, produce their own vitamin C. We humans, unfortunately, do not produce vitamin C. Now, vitamin C is really needed in stressful situations when, you know, someone's chasing you, or you got something that came down at work. Your body uses up that vitamin C to help with stress. But if you don't have enough vitamin C, you're going to be having some issues. Mental issues, physical issues, all over. That's just one aspect of vitamin C. We don't produce it as human beings, so we always have to intake it from our fruits and vegetables and our foods. And, you know, we take in so much cooked and processed food that is devoid not just of enzymes, but of vitamins and minerals, that we're not getting the adequate amount of vitamin C per day, which is anywhere from at least 500 to 1,000 milligrams that we should be taking in every day. Vitamin C is good for the fortification of our arteries and veins. It's good for our joints. There's like a host of things that it's good for. And you can't really get enough of it if you get a good source of vitamin C, a source that's not synthetic, not ascorbic acid. You need a good plant-based source of vitamin C, which I've happened to find. Do your research, you could find a good vitamin C that fits you. But I take it consistently. I pop it like candy whenever I think about it. Maybe a capsule every couple hours, and just keep it going. It's good not to get a whole bunch of vitamin C at one time and think you're done for the whole day. It's good to take a capsule here, 2 hours later take another capsule, spread it out throughout the day so that your body can get a good saturation of it. I love it, and I can feel the difference. It also helps with energy as well. Vitamin C is powerful. Now, this is just one of many products that I take, but I think that the water, the enzymes, and the vitamin C are a very good starting point.
Okay, Mercer, you've given us some wonderful and informative information. Now, we have a lot of viewers that are young and old. What would you like to say to them to get them motivated to concentrate on their health and wellness for their well-being?
Well, I say this. Do your research. You know, the Bible says we perish for lack of knowledge. And cancer, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, all these diseases, you name them, all the itises and osises of diseases, they're all running rampant. I mean, cancer is, now it's 1 out of 2 people that'll come down with that disease. Why? Because of a lack of knowledge. I observe people all the time. I look at what they drink, look at what they eat, and then I go back and look at myself before I got regenerated in my mind and looked at what I ate and drank back then and saw what I was suffering with back then. And it was at that moment when I got the information, all I needed was that spark to get me moving, to see that there was another way, another option out there. And once I got my son on the natural alternatives to Ritalin, and he got the good results from that, and then I started to get the good results from it, I was off and rolling. But I had to open my mind up, right? I had to have an open mind and then take in the good information. So I would say, number one, cut the TV off, cut all these other distractions off, and start doing research on how your body works and what's best for your human body. Because you never know what you have until it's gone. If the doctor says, you know, you can't walk anymore, that's going to be an issue for you because all this time you've walked. If the doctor says you're going to lose your sight in a month, all of a sudden it's going to get your attention. Well, what can I do to keep my sight? I'm 50 years old. I've been able to see all my life. Now I can't see because of some disease. Or you go in and the doctor says, well, we see a little lump on your breast. We want to get it checked out. It may not be cancer, but we want to get it checked out. Once you get that news, you think that's going to get your attention? It should, and it probably will. You'll probably be tossing and turning throughout the night wondering what it is, when you can do something now before the doctor calls and wants to see you. So I say this, do your research, definitely. I could tell you things that you can do right away. Get hydrated. Start eliminating some of those acidic beverages like coffee, soda, alcohol, Gatorades, milk, juices, those sports drinks, and start drinking more clean, fresh water. We never water plants with those beverages. We never take a shower or a bath, heaven forbid, in those beverages, right? We would require clean water. Your organs and your liver, your kidneys, all your intestinal organs require the same thing. They want to take a bath and shower in clean water too. And then look on eating more live, raw fruits and vegetables. I mean, try to do at least 60% cooked and maybe 40 raw, or 50-50. Try to get more raw fruits and vegetables, live enzymatic fruits and vegetables in your system, and then start supplementing with enzymes, with good greens mixes, vitamin C's, things. But you'll learn all that as you do more research. You may go and do research on enzymes, but along the way find out more about the vitamin C, vitamin D, all the vitamins, and come up with some other things that will help. But it's all geared around research. But research takes time. And the only way to free up time is to start cutting out those things in your life that aren't helping you, that aren't taking you in the direction that you want to go. So that would be the number one thing, is doing research. I've learned so much more just by doing research, and like I said, cutting out those things and putting more time into how I can not just help myself and family, but others. And so when you have knowledge, you're dangerous. All right, for instance, let's just pretend I had a grenade here, you know, and you didn't know that it was a grenade. And I told you that all you have to do is take this, right? Pull the pin out. Out will pop a genie that will grant you any wish that you desire. Now, if you had no knowledge of what I had and I gave it to you, you know, you'd probably pull it out and wait. But all the people that knew what it was, would they be waiting there? No, they'd run. Well, why would they run? Because they have the knowledge. They know exactly what that was and what that pin was all about. They don't want to stay around. But you or me that don't know would stay there and we'd be waiting for the genie. That's the difference between knowledge and not having the necessary knowledge. Now, we have the same thing going on out here in the streets. People is grabbing soda. Do you know that soda has a 2.5 pH? It's very acidic. I mean, we saw the experiment of how a fish died in 7-Up in 18 minutes. 18 minutes. So if a fish can't survive in it, why in the world would I want to be pouring this down my esophagus into my vital organs? Right? Lack of knowledge. And I'm seeing people just drinking this like there's no tomorrow and suffering, bones cracking. They're schizophrenic, it seems. They're running here to and fro, but they can't live without it. Coffee the same way. So again, it comes down to knowledge. If you know the knowledge, you can now step around all the landmines that everybody else is stepping on, right? And now you can keep going towards life. You know, the Bible says that, you know, broad is the way that leads to destruction, and more people will go that way. But narrow is the way to life, and very few people will find it. Because the narrow way may mean that you may need to duck a little bit. You may need to go sideways. You may need to crawl down. You may need to, you know, to stay on that path. And how many people are willing to go through all the twists and turns and all that when it's so easy to just go the broad way? You don't have to really do anything. You just go with the flow. No, I want good health. I choose to go the narrow way, and it's going to cost you something. But at the end, you'll be glad that you did, and you can take some other people with you. Are you going to be the one in your family to step up and say enough's enough? Enough cancer, enough heart disease, enough diabetes. We have to do things differently if we want a different result. Are you going to be the one to step up and make a difference? Are you going to be the one? I'm the one here in my family, and I hope you take that, accept that challenge and be the one. All it takes is just taking a little bit of your time and gaining some knowledge. And you'd be surprised how a little knowledge can go a long way.